这一区是这边算是最富庶的地方。
对啊，这边应该是旧金山就是最多这些精品店聚集的地方。然后就我们假日也常常会来这边逛，然后还有一些像 Macy's 百货，就是比较算美国比较老牌的百货公司。
跟着年轻夫妻的脚步来到联合广场，豪华百货林立，警察巡逻下，治安自然好一点。但他们说，出了联合广场，完全不是这种光景。曾经是富庶繁华代名词的旧金山，今非昔比。5到10分钟的步行距离，景象逐渐从奢华百货橱窗，成了店铺一家家永久歇业的闭锁铁窗。
这里其实就是田德隆，就是整个旧金山应该是最为人所知、比较可怕、肮脏的地区。所以其实这边跟刚刚那个 Union Square 其实再差个2-3条街而已，但你就可以看到，就是商店都这边就店面都是空着的，然后垃圾就开始变多。
你们平常自己会到这个地方？
我们只有来过1次，对，但是平常真的不会来这边。
当地人提醒别误闯的田德隆区，景气的萧条连带街头的秩序跟着进入无人管理。一顶顶帐篷里头是无家可归者聚集地，一辆推车就是全部家当，推着推着找今晚栖身之所。然而田德隆区会成为当地人口中的治安死角，更严重的是药物滥用。
的确。跟以前像我们在纽约看到的 homeless 差蛮多的，就是这边用药的蛮严重，然后你有时候就会在路上看到一些带对折的人啊，或者是躺在路上，然后瘫在脚踏车上的人。
从纽约毕业后来到旧金山金融区工作的小夫妻，双城比较的最大冲击是旧金山满城皆是对折人。他们口中的对折人，在英文叫他们 zombie 丧尸，就是美国类鸦片止痛药芬太尼的滥用。使用后容易出现幻觉，四肢严重无力，虚弱到连站都站不起来，常常像这样身体挂在固定物上以作支撑。不管是脚踏车、栏杆、路树等等，都能看见对折人能挂着就挂着的踪迹。
只是听说他们要买也很便宜，好像吃6块钱的药，你可以嗨一整天，这是我听到的。对，那就是对他们来说，6块钱也买不了一个汉堡，那不如买个药，
买个快乐。
类鸦片强力止痛药芬太尼药效比海洛因高50倍，因其高度成瘾性跟猛烈药性，本该是高度管制的药品，竟然可以在路边直接被药头兜售，药物滥用成为治安隐忧。而另一重创城市的问题是零元购犯罪盛行。
I have to carry the rest of the product.
想买个不到10块美金的乳液，也得按铃等店员来开锁。因为自从美国修法把950美金以下窃盗罪由重罪改轻罪，常常出现单独或集体行动，一进店里东西抢了就跑。零元购盛况在疫情后更为猖獗，零售店被抢到怕，随便一间店从包包到牙膏万物皆上锁。毒品、经济、法律3重打击，让旧金山被用鬼城来形容。
以前就一直觉得旧金山是一个科技重镇，然后很多大公司啊，应该是一个很热闹的城市。那我们去年来的时候就觉得啊，COVID之后就是整个城市都没什么人，没什么活力的感觉。
尤其住在南湾的人都说，现在旧金山已经变成一个鬼城了，因为没有人，然后
就是一个很没有人气的地方。然后你走在街上就觉得颠倒的倒，然后就也不会有人在，就尤其是假日的时候，可能就是真的那个区域就是没什么人。
只是为何旧金山在短短10几年间被类鸦片药物蚕食鲸吞，沦为美国著名毒窟？我们来到旧金山市政府拜访了关键人物。
Hi Sharon, how are you?
Hi.
Welcome, please.
OK。
旧金山第一位亚裔市府律师邱信福代表市府打赢反毒官司，一战成名。
20 years ago, 25 years ago, there was a legal pharmaceutical industry that discovered painkillers that were highly effective and incredibly dangerously addictive. And these companies that were legal marketed their products as if they were safe. And an entire generation of Americans became addicted to them. Similar to, an opioid challenge that, say, China had.
按照官方资料，2023年旧金山一共有806人因为吸毒过量死亡，当中80%都跟芬太尼有关。
Tonight's Breaking Bond, a 24-year-old man accused of killing a 16-year-old by giving the teenager fentanyl.
这一场被称作美国新鸦片战争的奋战，起因于药厂为了更高的获利，把芬太尼从原本癌症患者止痛药物，跟部分医师配合，把处方开给单纯止痛使用的病患，再加上药局把关的松散，造成芬太尼在街头泛滥。
So what would happen is there were some doctors who would give prescription after prescription to the same people. So they would write 100 prescriptions, which would allow a patient to go to Walgreens to get 100 pills. And Walgreens is required under the law to track that so that they know if a doctor is illegally prescribing medication. They didn't do that. In fact, the pharmacists in these stores, when they testified at trial, they testified that their corporate bosses told them, fill the prescription, fill. We need to make money.
原本美国政府在这场新鸦片战争中一直屈居下风，直到邱幸福代表的旧金山市府2023年这场官司胜利，药局给出大笔赔偿金，终于露出反击曙光。
You know, what I've said is no amount of money will bring back the lives that we've lost. We have had people who have died over these addictions, too many people, but the money will help us address the addictions that are currently happening and help us get back to a spot before all this happened. So we have a lot of work to do.
为了救人命于水火而扛下官司，邱幸福的热血似乎早成了他生命一部分。邱幸福的父母来自台湾，作为移民第2代，邱幸福在望子成龙的亚洲父母严格教育下进了哈佛。原本要继承父亲志业，念了医科，却因为一场种族冲突改变人生。
I went to college and took my pre-med courses, but something happened my freshman year in school. There were 8 Asian students headed to a party, and they got attacked. I was invited to join the students to protest the administration. It was my first foray into activism, and because of that, I started studying civil rights. I started studying activism and politics. I switched my major from biochemistry to political science. This is him being dragged out of the building. This photograph was captured by the New York Times. It's a front page New York Times.
70到80年代风起云涌的反仇视亚裔运动，让邱幸福弃医从法。毕业后没跟着哈佛同学一起进到大型律师事务所力拼成为合伙人，而是走进体制内寻求改变的可能。
I happen to live a few blocks away from the oldest Chinatown in the United States, San Francisco's Chinatown. A community that has had a lot of issues, a lot of challenges. I did a lot of volunteer work, and at some point, a few people suggested, hey, David, you live in this neighborhood. Chinatown has never been represented by someone who looks like us in the 170-year history of San Francisco. And so I was encouraged to run for office. I first ran for our city council, became president for 6 years, then represented San Francisco in our state legislature, and then 2 years ago became the city attorney, the chief lawyer to San Francisco.
从民权律师到加州众议员，更在旧金山反毒风雨飘摇期接下市府律师。
In politician, you do a more important position. You can do more things.
What I will say is we'll see what happens in the future.
未来的事还很难说，至少这一场美国新鸦片战争，从邱幸福吹响反击的号角，阻止药局滥给药开始，减低街头芬太尼的滥用，更是用热血对人命被毒害耗损的力挽狂澜。